Mute out, please.
Yes, let's do that. All right, everybody, welcome, welcome. So tonight is our part two of our series, and we've nicknamed it the Roaring Twenties and the what was my 30s? I called it something, the Turning Point 30s. All right, so we're talking about how to sell to your customers that are in their 20s and 30s tonight. Now, you are going to build a customer base with different demographics and diversities and things like that. If you're in your 50s, you're not going to just sell to people, in your 50s. If you're in your 20s, you are not going to just sell to people in your 20s. In fact, if you're in your 20s and you think you're going to sell to people in your 20s, you're going to go broke. Those women are broke and they're on a budget, but they're on a beauty budget, and that's okay. When I came into Mary Kay, I was 32 and I was meeting moms at the park with my kids. I was meeting them at the Chick-fil-A playground. I was meeting them at the park, and we would have morning parties. And I knew that I could not sell more than 150 when I would do those morning parties, because all of those moms were home during the day. They were all families from one income families. Okay. And so I knew that the max I was probably going to make is about 25, maybe $50 a face. I was okay with that because I had my kids with me. I was meeting moms. My recruiting went up because I was meeting moms who wanted to make money too. And so you gotta look at the good with the bad, and look at everybody is in a different season. And we know that the 50 and up, they hold 70% of the country's wealth. Okay. So the 50 and olders are loaded. That's why when I sit down and do a facial, I'm in my mid 50s. When I do a facial with my friends that I meet from school and the moms at school, you guys, I hit like $300 a face. That is way above what I used to do with the moms that I would meet from the playground. And so you just enjoy every season that you're in. So let's talk 20s and 30s. Okay. So one thing I want you to always know, whenever you guys are texting me about, I've got a person with this skin problem, she wants to fix this problem, she wants to fix that problem. One thing you should always know is your first answer is going to be, what's her cleanser and what's her moisturizer? Okay. Because anything else is usually putting a band-aid on it. Okay. It doesn't matter if she's got dark circles and we can fix those, because if she's got big dirty pores and blackheads because she's a soap user, what good is fixing her dark circles when she's got those other issues? And so, when you've got people that are just looking for band-aids for different problems, your answer is always going to be, let's get you on a cleanser and moisturizer first. Okay. Because depending on what the problem is, that's going to help, start the process of clearing up any problem. Okay. And getting really great skin. And then you can target the different other problems. And so, always skincare and cleanser and moisturizer. And then you're going to move to the eye cream. Okay. And then you're going to start with the supplements. That's why when we do a skincare party, we start with a miracle set and we incorporate the different supplements. And we say, this is the sweeping of your floors. These are the mopping of your floors. Would you mop your floors before you swept them? No. And so always, always remember that. So 20s, they're on a beauty budget. Okay. And so college girls. Let's talk college girls. So I had a Natalie Johnson. She's graduated college now, but when she went in to college her freshman year, she was one of my customers at our Christian school. She was a cheerleader. She always did my cheerleading fundraiser. She always was my best seller. Her first week of college, her mom calls me and says, hey, when Natalie comes home in a week or 2 weeks, can't remember what it was, we're going to need you to come over. Natalie needs to sell Mary Kay. And I'm like, okay, okay. She's like, she's doing facials in her dorm. She had all her Mary Kay set up, her personal Mary Kay. Her new friends were coming in. She was giving them facials. And so when she came into Mary Kay and I helped her with her inventory order, I didn't put miracle sets. There's a lot of things I didn't put in her inventory. I said, I know who your target market is. I know what they're ordering. And so guess what? She was my number one that year. 9 months of the year she was in college, and then that summer she was able to sell miracle sets and Voluform sets and things like that. So let's talk how to target market the 20s. They're on a beauty budget. First of all, they're going to like the charcoal mask. They're going to love the 3-in-1 bar. Okay. It's also great for back acne and the chest acne. All that's hormonal. That's what they're dealing with. Okay. So you're going to sell them probably 3-in-1 bar. Some of them, if they're combo to oily, they're going to like the Time Wise 4-in-1. Okay. That's normal. That's combo to oily. Some will like that. You let them try things. Okay. But the bar I found is just wildly successful because they can keep it in their shower. They're not disciplined yet. They don't have that skill yet. You know, your brain doesn't finish developing until you're 25. There's a lot of things that haven't developed between 20 and 25, decision making, um, developing good habits, all those kind of things. And so organization, all that's going to come. But having that bar soap in the shower is really good. They're going to like the eye makeup remover. They're going to want a mascara, and they're going to love the charcoal mask because they can see it. They can see it happening. They're kind of like they're visual learners. And so those are really, really great things to have for them when they're on the beauty budget. And you look at that price point, 24, 25, 18. What else? A moisturizer. You know, you can pick out the moisturizer. The old Time Wise moisturizer, we'll talk about that in a second. That's more lightweight. They like that. It's 20, I think it's $28. It was our old Time Wise age fighting moisturizer. It's lighter weight and it doesn't have sunscreen in there. So that's something that the 20-year-olds like. They also they need to, you know, get familiar with an eye cream, but it's probably gonna be a while before you can get them seeing the importance of an eye cream. Maybe as they're getting into their mid 20s, late 20s, they're gonna start wanting that eye cream. Um, Also, okay, I'm reading my notes here. Bar soap, we've already the 3-in-1 bar. Um, you've gotta remind them the importance of not to use the regular soap, and that the 3-in-1 bar soap is actually the Time Wise cleanser in a bar form, and so you're not going to get the you know, from a regular body bar soap. It's gonna leave a film. It doesn't exfoliate the dead skin, and so your pores get impacted. That tight feeling that it leaves. This is the bar soap, like off the shelves at your box stores. It leaves a tight film. That is very misleading because a lot of people think that that means, oh, I have a clean face. No, it means it left a film on your face. So not only did it leave a film on your face, it also didn't exfoliate all that dead skin. Because remember, from the 20 to 25, you stop exfoliating completely during the night when your body's repairing itself. Okay. And so when you are now, you've got the dirt, dead skin, old makeup. It's not doing the job that like a regular 3-in-1 cleanser bar would do, or a 4-in-1 cleanser. Okay. And so get them off the soap, and your pores get just so big you could literally drive a truck through them. And soap users have really, really large blackheads. As you continue your Mary Kay business, you will be able to spot soap users. Okay. Just like when we do the charcoal mask, I can spot somebody that uses Febreze, like crazy amounts of Febreze. It leaves a different finish on there. We just saw our fifth person, somebody's party I was at, might have been can't remember whose party I was at, but it was another Febreze person. And it's just this crazy look. It's really, really light, almost a whitish gray, and it leaves like almost uh holes almost burrowed into the pores. It's crazy. And it's Febreze. It's the chemicals and all those sprays that you spray to cover up smells. And so you'll start to notice things like that when you are in Mary Kay and you put the product on enough faces. And so you'll be able to spot a soap user, um, oh gosh, a mile away. All right. So now, as you get into getting them head to toe Mary Kay, you also want to encourage them to start a microdermabrasion. Okay. Going into more of an extensive exfoliator. Okay. And that's what the microderm is, because a lot of them are coming out of their teen years and they've had acne, acne scarring, and that microdermabrasion is amazing for that, because it's removing that first layer of dead skin. And so just easing them in. And so guess what? You're like, well, they're on a beauty budget. How do I get them? You guys, that's how you book parties, is they're on a beauty budget, they make a wish list, you help them get it for free. That's where your booking skill comes from. When you own the skill of booking, you are home free. Okay. You can spend everything into a new appointment and just keep it going. And that when there is a beauty budget, that's a booking opportunity. Just like when you start to have a sale. Oh yeah, thanks, Carla. That was at Emily's party. Carla just reminded me we were in Alabama last week, and it was at Emily's party, and we spotted Febreze. So Carla can testify. I looked at her. I'm like, "Do you use Febreze?" She's like, "Yeah, like a lot of it." She's like, "Yeah." So, all right. So where was I going with that? So when you have your like once you get going, like we have our end of the year, we have a big sale to finish our year in June with the bangs. We have like an annual customer appreciation sale. When you have people that call your sale to get say 15-20% off, that's actually a booking opportunity. Okay. Because you can say, I can give you 15-20% off, but I'm working on a big goal this month, trying to finish my year big. I will love to give you 40% off if you can get three friends together in the month of June, so that I can do like, I've got to do a 10 party month. Would you be one of my 10? And so anytime you've got somebody calling you to reorder, that's a booking opportunity, or to call you for a sale, that's a booking opportunity. And spinning that sale into that booking opportunity, that's the skill that I want you to hone in on this next 6 months, so that you've always got a full date book, and you've always got sales coming in. When you get that full date book, and you've got, even if you say, like I used to say, I'm just going to have one party a week, that one party a week, getting those new customers snowballs into this huge customer base that I have now. That gives me that guaranteed paycheck every single month. Like my husband can count in our budget that I'm going to bring home $5,000 a month. That's what I've been bringing home since 2006, and because I have done the work, and you're going to do the work. And all of this is knowing all these different things about the skin, and perfecting your skill, your knowledge. All of that is going to bring you more customers, because they trust you, they like you, and they want what you have, and they want it for free. And the average woman knows 6 groups of friends. Okay. So you can have those perpetual hostesses. And even if they're on that beauty budget, just a really tight budget, you could say, well, why don't you just have 3 parties a year with me, and I'll make sure that you get your Mary Kay for free. So she's got those 3 parties because she's got 6 groups of friends, and you help her get it for free because she's your perpetual hostess. All right. So as I'm moving on, and we're talking about let's move into the 30s. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it over to Marianne. So you turn it into 30s, and this is when they're aging their little fine lines are going to start. Okay. So they're starting to have kid hormones, you know what aging and hormones will do for fine lines, crepiness, all that kind of stuff starts to happen. That is when you've got to make sure that you're getting them on cleanser, moisturizer, night moisturizer, eye cream. You got to make sure at that point they are on the miracle set. Okay. And then you've got the serum C and you've got the lifting serum. Or not the lifting serum, anything that's for lifting, which is serum C at that point, microderm, facial peel. Okay. All those things, eye patches, they're going to start seeing, because if they were not in that habit of taking care of their skin in their 20s and they weren't spending the money on their skin, it's going to show by this age. Okay. And that's where, and then Marianne's going to talk more about the glamour side of that and how do you sell, what do they buy, what do they need. Okay. All right, so Marianne, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know you've got some skincare tips too.
Hey, okay. So with your very young 20s, I absolutely love that beauty budget, and just understand that sometimes they're not going to get it. They're really not going to understand, the importance of the regimen and getting one brand and from start to finish. They're so influenced by social media and all the fads that just come and go so fast. I mean, within like a week, there's a new fad. They're buying. I mean, that is the new commercial. They're not watching TV. They're not reading, magazines to see what they should buy. They're just watching social media. So whatever has the most views, that's what they're getting, even if it's not a good idea. And so sometimes I even say that is, hey, just don't believe everything you see on social media. Likes and all that stuff doesn't mean it's a good idea. That doesn't mean they're an expert. It just means that someone watched it for 3 seconds. That doesn't make you an expert. And so I just kind of educate them on that and just kind of lighten them up to that. Sometimes if they're on a super beauty budget, and just really late, not lazy, just not in that habit yet of having great skincare, sometimes just the micellar, getting them started with the micellar water, so they're at least wiping something off at night after those late nights. They're like, oh, I can do that, and it's a start, and that is good. And then getting like that Time Wise moisturizer, the anti-aging moisturizer, it doesn't have the sunscreen, so they can use it in the morning and the night. So it's less steps for them. It's just the two products. It's not super awesome, but it's a start and it's a great beauty budget. So your micellar water and the Time Wise anti-aging moisturizer that doesn't have any sunscreen in it. It still comes in the pink bottle with the black lid. And then makeup trends, again, they change like crazy. But definitely highlighters are really popular right now, and liquid cheek colors, we had those temporarily. Please reach out to Mary Kay if you find, your people love the gel or cream blushes. I think those are also great for, I mean, really everybody. I love the cream blushes. The more we tell the company we want them, then they're going to make them regular line. So my daughter is all about them. My neighbor is all about them. And then let's see, lashes. They're all about some crazy good lashes and mascara. So those little makeup things. So even if it's just a CC cream, show them how to use that under eye corrector as a quick highlighter, the lash intensity mascara, and then blush, they're good to go. And then a little bit of a gloss. They're not huge lipstick fans at that super young age. And then you have those who want the high-end skincare supplements, but they're don't have a routine, like a skincare routine at all. It's kind of out of order. But again, it's influenced by the media. And if this person's using it, then they want it, even though they're not washing their face. And so you just have to educate them. And just remember that you are the expert. Okay. Just say that's really great and all, but it's not going to work unless you're washing your face and moisturizing twice a day. That's going to give you your best skin and a better value. And after you have this routine down, then you can add in those supplements like the retinol and the hyaluronic acid and the facial peels and everything. So you just have to educate them, and don't be intimidated. You really are the expert. And the more you do this, and this happened a lot for me, was just the more faces I met as they put on the product, they're like, oh yeah, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah. Let's see. And then into 30s, CC cream with under eye corrector, the setting powder, mascara, get some brows on, and then I advocate for the lipstick because it hydrates the lips. The lip glosses for me come off, and they're surprised at how much they love the lipsticks, and it does hydrate their lips, and that's quick and easy, good to go. And so that's a great reorder is those items right there. Those are my hot ticket items.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so let me just add this. So even though we're showing you some more customized things for this age group, when they are at the party, I don't want you to get confused and say, what do I show at the party? You still show the miracle set and all of our stuff. We don't change our party. Okay. So when you pull them out for the second appointment, and I know that some of our training is probably deep into our YouTube channel about closing that sale with that private consultation. And that's where you get the sale, you get the second appointment, and you share the opportunity. It's called a three-part close. We'll talk about that when the new year starts. That way we have it kind of pops up sooner on our channel list. But that's where you're going to sit there privately, not closing them at the table. Because when you are on a beauty budget and you don't want everybody to hear that you're on a beauty budget, what people buy is a private matter, okay? And especially when at this age. Now, if you're 50 and up, those women, like I said, they have money and they all just shop together and they play off each other. But the 20s and 30s, they're, it's, you guys remember what it was like when you're 20s and 30s. Sometimes you ran out of money before you ran out of month. And so it's so important that when you do have those ladies at your party, that you do get them in a closing station to close that sale so that you can say, because they're going to say, I can't afford that whole set. And say, okay, so let's get you on a beauty budget and say, now, will you do this? Because if, would you like a bar better, a 3-in-1 bar? If she talks to you about her acne, that's where you customize, you connect with her one-on-one privately. So you don't change your party. We're not ever going to change our party because we're going to always show those things, okay? Because that's the education part of what we do. And then when you're privately is when you customize what she needs and what she can afford, okay? And so I hope that that comes across, that you understand that we're not saying you change your parties ever. This is what we do. This is what we show. The only time we change it is if you're doing one of those generational parties and everybody, like the grandmother brought the daughter and the daughter brought the granddaughter, and it was on purpose and everybody knew you're going to be very specific. You're going to do the botanicals for the teens and tweens. You're going to do miracle sets for the moms, and you're going to do value firm for the grandmothers. But it's a whole set, okay? It's a complete set, and usually somebody's buying for somebody else, all right? Because you've got the grandmother going to buy the daughter, and the daughter's going to buy the granddaughter. You don't have to customize anything. You have to worry about a beauty budget. Somebody there has money, and they're going to buy them what they want. All right, so these are the moments where Mary Kay used to say, a great salesperson that has knowledge can spend on a dime. Okay. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to sense that her anxiety is like, oh, I know I need this, but I can't afford it. You've got to help her break it down and know what she can take home that is going to be, that's going to help her get her on the right track to get her in that, where she's taking care of her skin. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop the recording. So I'm going to ask if you guys have any questions you want to ask. Hang on just a second. Sometimes our questions are so good, we should keep recording.